Hey everyone, this is Judi with JLBCrafts. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, thank you so much for giving me a try. In this video, I'm going to be hand lettering inspirational quotes in this spread that I did a year ago. The challenge theme for this was geometric, and so as you can see, I've got triangles and circles and hexagons and squares, all kinds of different shapes, which when I thought about trying to find inspirational quotes that had to do with geometry, there are a lot of amazing mathematicians that have been around throughout the centuries. Who knew they were so eloquent? I did find lots and lots and lots of inspirational quotes that I really wanted to use. None, though, that were author unknown. So because of that, I need to go ahead and add author spaces to these three. So I went ahead and pre-pulled all of those books. So I have no yellow space on here. Oh, and one other thing I forgot to mention, I will go ahead and link in the cards up above the link to this spread, but it's not too hard to find if you want to go back through my horizontal playlist and find the April 25 through May 1st. It should be really easy to find. They're pretty much in order. So anyway, I wanted one yellow space. These both have, or at least one, these both have a big yellow component already. So we're going to go with the yellow component here. I have the yellow book from Mojo Jojo Plans, and I feel like this color here matches the best. So we're going to go ahead and put this on here in a place that doesn't take even more of my writing space away, but also still allows all the washi to show. So I think let's put it, you know what, let's go one size smaller because I just don't like how much space that's taking up, and I really don't want to go into that space. So I need bigger than this. We'll go with this size. And I'm going to put it there at the top. That works. Okay, and then I don't have any round spaces, so I want to go ahead and include circles. Did I put that in the right spot? I did not put that in the right... Oh, I did. Okay, yes. So big polka dot washi there, big polka dot washi there, teeny tiny little dots there, so I thought this would be a good spot for a round circle. So I have this sticker book. My two Happy Planner shapes and boxes sticker books, I will link a video in the cards up above. I just combined several copies of the same book to make this. So I want to go with this pink circle here because I feel like it matches the pink there, and that kind of gives me enough pink to go ahead and use a couple pink pens. So this one's easy. Well, you know what? Is there a smaller circle? I thought there were smaller circles in this book, but maybe not small enough. Yeah, is that too small? It's really small. But this is so big. That's okay. Hopefully I use a short quote there. I want more of the green of this washi tape to show. Maybe I need to turn that washi tape around. I love pink and green. It's my favorite color combo. And since we already have yellow there, let's turn this around. The only thing that messes up is the straight rip I had on that end, but I can fix that. Yeah, that's better. I like having more green there. Let's use a craft knife to cut that little tip off. All right, and then last but not least, since this one's got a bold circle, I want to go ahead and put a square on there. So I think one more green, since I don't have any green up in this area. So again, I have a combined book. Lime green. You know what? I'm going to go with lime for a couple reasons. I don't have this shade anywhere. It does match the lime in that. And I have two of those boxes and only one of those boxes. So, and I can come over, boy, if I come all the way over though, again, I cover up one of my only pink spaces on the whole spread. So I think again, I want to turn this washi tape around so I keep the pink because I don't have very much pink here, and I need to keep what I've got. So I need to keep the little bit I've got. And that did rip crooked, but that's okay. I'm going to cover it up. There. All right, so now we have author spaces everywhere. So let me show you the pens I picked out. So for the big end down here, I picked the Calligraph Orange Yellow. I think I might have used this last week, but it's such a good color of yellow. So we're going to use the fat end there. Then I have a pink. I have Calligraph Cotton Candy for here. And so what I'm doing is I'm trying to make sure my pen doesn't match super well with the washi tape and shape I have there. So here I don't have a whole lot of green. I have the Fudenosuke or Fudenosuke in the dark green. And then here I don't have a lot of blue, so I've got one of the Pentel Touches in blue. And then to keep my blues far away, and since this one is almost all green, I have my Vice Brant here. Pink, there's a little green here, but the pink is in between, so we'll go with the Le Pen Flex in green right there. Here, I don't have much pink at all there, so we'll go with the Zebra Funwari there. And then last but not least, the yellow, far away from the yellow, I have the Calligraph in Sunshine there. I was going to do this, but I have a yellow box there, so we're going to go that way instead. All right, so that's all my pens. All of these pens are linked in the description box. So let's put them up out of the way and go ahead and zoom in and get started. Okay, so we're going to use the fat end, and we're going to write geometric right here. Since my capital G has a descender, I need to go with 4 that are up a little higher. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to go with these as our main 4, and that way my descender can drop down there. What am I doing? I went backwards. Dyslexia is so much fun, you guys. Let me tell you what. I did it backwards. I did my curly Q backwards. Okay, we'll get it. And this whiteout isn't going to show much. So as long as I'm careful it's pressed down. All right, so these 4 lines, I went clockwise. I need to go counterclockwise, right? Oh my gosh. It hit me again. I'm going to have to look up my, do I need to look up my G? I need to look up my G. I'll be right back. Yep, I went the wrong direction. So here's what my capital G looks like. A little loop and then down and around. My brain just, oh my gosh, maybe I need another cup of coffee. Brain is not liking it today. Okay, so right on top of the whiteout, just like I was going to do before. There we go. That's what it's supposed to look like. Geometric. There. That works. I'm gonna need to keep that capital G in my pocket because I have a feeling I might need it again. Okay, so I think for this one, since I don't have tons and tons and tons of super bold, strong colors on here, I don't want to use black for my who the author of the quote is, who the famous person is, so we'll go ahead and just grab a brown Pentel Touch Brush Sign Pen. I like those. I like the fatness of those. So the first one is by Play-Doh. Okay, and we were going to use a yellow pen again for this one, but this time the fine end. And I forgot to mention, I'm not going to get into the mechanics of how I do the light ups and the heavy downs. I do have an entire playlist on this. I will link the one that is better for you to start with. I will link that in the cards up above. It teaches a letter a week, and it gets into all the mechanics and all the tools that you're going to need. So, all right. So, yes, capital G again. Geometry draws the soul towards the truth. All my quotes this week are pretty short, so we're going to break them up into no more than 3 rows. So I need 2 lines here. We'll start with our next G. Geometry draws the. The soul. So I think since we've got plenty of space, we're gonna skip this descender and put the soul. We'll start it here. And then the last is towards truth, which is longer again than this. So we're going to come back out and kind of be in line with the G. Towards truth. Great, I like that. And I like the spacing on that. That worked out really well. Okay, next quote is by Louis de Bernay. Which I took Spanish in high school, not French, so I have no idea if I pronounced that properly, but all right, this one's a little longer. The human heart likes a little disorder in its geometry. Oh my gosh, when they said human heart, I was like, sold, we're writing that one down. So, starting right up here over under Tuesday, I still think that's gonna be a 3-line quote, so we'll use the 2 rows starting here. The human heart. That looks really good. No descenders, so we're free and clear for the next row. Likes a little disorder. I think disorder in its geometry, that's the last part of the quote. Fitting the word disorder and geometry on the same row is going to be a little bit of a tight squeeze. So I think we need to fit likes a little disorder all onto this row. So we're going to come way, way, way over as far as we possibly can. Likes a little disorder. And you know what? We may be hyphenating disorder. We could put dis and then a hyphen order. Let's try to squeeze it in there. All right, that white spot on that washi is in just the right spot. In its geometry. So I'm gonna come back out to closer where the starts on the first line, because in its geometry is not as wide as these 2 lines. That looks really good. I like the spacing. Yeah, I wouldn't change anything about that. Okay, next one is another by Play-Doh. I have lots of Play-Doh quotes, and I mean, I could have done all 7 Play-Doh quotes. You know what? Did not need this giant circle just to write the word Play-Doh, but you know what? It's there. I could have used that smaller circle after all, actually. Okay, mint green Le Pen Flex. It is through geometry that one purifies the eye of the soul. So that actually is the longest quote I have. So you know what? We're going to go ahead and switch this to the smaller box. Because I think I want the extra space. So let's find that tiny smaller circle. I should have just double checked. There we go. Let's use one of these tiny, tiny, tiny circles. It's not often I waste a sticker, but I think I need to for this one. And since it's halfway on washi tape, it's gonna peel up pretty well. That's better. Okay, hopefully that's the last change I need to make. So it is through geometry. So again, we're just gonna do, we're gonna squeeze this into 3 rows again. We can do it. It's only a few letters longer than this one, so. Yeah, I think we need to fit geometry here. It's a little squished, but we're gonna make it. That one purifies the. These are out too far for me to try to figure that out ahead of time, so we're just gonna see where we hit. The eye of the soul. Lots of words, but they're all small, so hopefully I think we'll be okay. That looks pretty good. Had a little bit of an entanglement there, but I mean, it is what it is, so. All right. I'm kind of feeling like I should have used a lime pen instead of a mint green pen, but this box over here is mint green-ish, so that's okay. Next we have the Vice brand in blue. All these pens, by the way, are linked in the description box, so if you're curious and want to make sure you get the right pen, check out those links. They are affiliate links, but they don't cost you any extra, so don't stress out about that. Albrecht Dürer. All right, and it is geometry is the foundation of all painting. So that one's a nod to my husband, the artist. I had to include that one when I read it. So that's a really, really short one, but the words are kind of long, so I think geometry is the foundation of all painting. So we're just gonna go ahead and start way up here like we normally would. And then since F, we don't want an entanglement there, we're gonna go ahead and come over just a little bit farther for the next word, foundation of. Unfortunately, could not avoid that. Entanglement. Okay. And then I think painting is shorter than foundation, so I think we'll keep this diagonal going and start our A for all painting over a little bit more. That looks pretty good. Not much I would change on that one, other than that entanglement, but I mean, I had to start the word or I had to start the word, so. Next is by Arthur Honegger. Another blue pen. I know we just used blue, but they're going to be at opposite ends. So, and this one is the shortest one I have today. Music is geometry in time. Oh my gosh, I loved that one. Music is. So I think for this one, we'll do music is, and then put geometry on a line all by itself to emphasize it, and then in time. So music is. Okay, and then we're gonna put geometry kind of right here centered. And then in time is going to be shorter yet. So since we've got kind of a diagonal going here and here, we'll go ahead and keep that going and put it, start with is way over here. Or in time. There. Short and sweet. Not perfect spacing, but it's good enough. Another Play-Doh quote, which that should go here. You know what? Let's do it. Let's switch. Let's put my Pythagoras quote here. And boy, did I space that one wrong. And put Play-Doh here. Okay. So the Pythagoras quote is, geometry is knowledge of the eternally existent. Ooh. Geometry is, we might have to hyphenate knowledge. Yeah, we're gonna hyphenate knowledge. So, ledge of thee. So I'm gonna go ahead and avoid this entanglement and start over so it's a little bit further. Okay, and then eternally existent. We might have to rip off a little bit of this washi tape, but we'll find out. Not much we could change on that spacing. And then last but not least, Play-Doh. Writing is the geometry of the soul. Oh my gosh, I loved that one. I loved that one. I love the references to music and art and writing. See what I mean? Like, people don't think about math and geometry in terms of the soul and the heart and music and art and writing. And so I just loved all these quotes. I thought they were all awesome. Geometry is knowledge of, no, wrong one. I forgot I changed the order on these. Writing is the geometry of the soul. So I think writing is the, we might do like this one. Writing is the geometry by itself in the middle of the soul at the end. And I feel like I kind of want to try to do a diagonal because of the side of this box. So let's go ahead and start over here a ways with writing. Perfect. Geometry. So we're going to come diagonal here. Actually, I can go to center it. This is how wide the word geometry is going to be, about here. So yeah, let's start under the T, geometry. Okay, and then last of the soul. So I think we're going to come back out a little bit. We'll try to squeeze the F in of before there. I like it. I think I like it a lot, actually. Okay, so let's put it back in my planner. Lots of colors this week compared to last week. And before we settle on that, here is next week. It's pretty simple. It was obviously a Cinco de Mayo spread, so we'll see what quotes we can find for that one. But here we go. Here's my geometry quote, inspirational quote page. I tell you what, I've been surprised. I haven't had any trouble finding inspirational quotes for any of the most weird words that I thought I would have trouble with. So I definitely encourage you to spend some time in one way, shape, or form with inspirational quotes, even if it's just reading them. It almost always has a positive impact on my world. And I have a feeling it will yours too, like I said, even if it's just reading them. So gratitude and inspirational quotes, just so positive. So I hope you like this video. If you do, please do consider liking, subscribing, dropping me a smiley face or a kind word. All those interactions with my videos help me with the YouTube algorithm and are a great way to support me. Thank you.